Hello guys, and welcome to today's video of 8.1.5, the easy path, and my first sort of walkthrough and guide and tips. So we'll start off with this Jane Foster fight. I started it halfway through because it's relatively easy, but that is the path we're starting with. Starts with Jane Foster, ends with Dragon Man, and it's got 5 nodes. First node, Superiority. If the attacker is a #hero champ, they gain Superiority. Striking into the defender's block inflicts a 15-second petrify passive on you. However, if you have Superiority, intercepting the opponent applies the same petrify passive to the defender. While opponents have active buffs, so if you've got a buff, this champion activates Power Flood, so the defender will activate Power Flood out of spite, granting 18%, so that's the third node. That one is really annoying, so you want to try and bring in champs who don't have much counters. As you saw, I brought in Immortal Abomination. I've got Rintra here, who doesn't have loads. Or champs who have, hero champs, because obviously the Petrify prevents that power gain. And then you've also got sort of maybe Mystic Power Control champs, just in case that's sort of the way you want to go. There is also 2 other nodes. You've got Foresight, so when you intercept, not only do you get the Petrify if you are a hero champ, you also get the this passive Fury, increasing your attack rating by 200%. It's only 5 seconds long, but it massively influences your attack, or sort of rises it. I can't think of the word. It's absolutely skipping my brain at the minute. And then finally, there's Hale and Hearty. Whenever you gain a bar of power, the defender gains a regeneration buff, healing 6% of their max health. So this can be removed early if the defender is knocked down with a heavy attack. However, I neutralized it with Rintra in that fight. In the first fight with Jane Foster, I had Immortal Abomination's Petrify. Intercepting with a #hero also allows you to prevent that regeneration pretty much, because it's really, really strong, or it's a strong Petrify. And it also means that, you want to bring in champs who do a lot of damage, but if you can get that Petrify on them, you don't necessarily need that, in my opinion. You do need to make sure that you control the Power Flood, or the Spite. That's really annoying. But the regeneration, you can get Heal Block, but it still won't, if you can get Heal Block Power Control champ, then maybe that works. But I would just say go with your #heroes, or go with science champs or champs with a Petrify on, because that just that makes it so much easier. It controls both. And then you've also got to try and remember to not have champs with lots of buffs. So obviously, key MVPs for me were Immortal Abomination, absolute MVP, Quicksilver, massive MVP as well. And then Rintra was really good for that Black Bolt fight, just because he nullified the regeneration. And then Warlock was good for Yondu, because Yondu, obviously, you get quite a few bleeds on you, so he worked to stop that regeneration as well. The tricky fights on here, in my opinion, the first 3 fights really easy. You've got a Ghost Rider, who is not very difficult to handle at all. You can dex all the special attacks, same with Black Bolt, and the same with Thor, Jane Foster. King Groot is annoying because he obviously he shrugs, so that can be a real pain. However, if you can bring in, I think I bought in Rintra for that fight, and it made it a lot easier. And then finally, you've got Dragon Man, who also has that power, so you want to try and bring in somebody who can control that. I used Quicksilver with his Withers. You can use Spider-Man 2099. He works really nicely for that fight as well. But there are quite a few options. Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking Scorpion would be really good with his Petrify. I-Bomb, obviously Quicksilver, we've already seen. Mr. Fantastic would work. Captain America, Infinity War with, I think it's the Tech synergy. And then Doctor Doom would be really good again. Clairvoyant, really nice. And then even you could try Titania, she would work. Human Torch, and then obviously you can Quake, but on this channel I'm not a massive fan of that. She's not a 6-star, almost feel, unless you're really good. I'm relatively recent to the game, or came back to it, so Quake's not really in my repertoire, so I don't tend to recommend her too much. That's going to do it for this path. The boss on this one is going to be Hercules. He is by far the easiest boss. in my opinion, just because if you get it right, then it should be a relatively quick fight, but it can be tricky to just get used to it. But once you're used to it, it doesn't take too long. So I'll see you at that boss fight. Hope this helps. See you there. Hello guys, so we're at the Hercules boss here. He has Critical Eye, Combo Party, Buff Synthesis, and Make a Stand. He's also very aggressive, so he has got the protection, so you need to keep knocking him down to get rid of this. Every time you crit, he gains an unblockable charge. These charges are removed when you hit him, or sorry, when he just tries to hit any attack. He also then has Critical Eye, which is obviously the unblockable one. He's got Combo Party, so every time sort of you get to 10 in your combo meter, you get a Precision. That Precision will then be, or Cruelty, that will then be lost, and you will take damage for that. So you really got to be careful you don't get hit. And then he's really aggressive as well. A lot of heavy attacks, a lot of dashes forward. So really, it's a combination of a few things. Good counters for him are Dr. Doom, because obviously you can shock parry heavy bait or shock heavy. Scarlet Witch OG works. Tigra works really well. I use Kitty Pryde and Gallon because I think any fight can really work for this. It doesn't need to have a really precise counter. I think he's one of the easiest people to fight because of the ease to dex his special attacks. He is quite aggressive, but it means you can intercept him easier, can knock down him with the to get rid of that protection, which is really annoying. But all in all, like, I don't think he is that tricky to take on. I would recommend, as those counters I've previously said, but you can use like a Human Torch. You can use Long Shot with all those unblockables. Again, Tiger, Rintra, Kitty Pryde, just any real, in my opinion, it's any champ can work. I do start to take quite a lot of damage with him, but once you get used to this fight again, it's easier than I'm making it look. You just got to make him whiff some attacks, get that protection off him, sort of do as much damage as you can while it's off. Just be aware of that unblockable. Or you can bring in champs who don't crit, but then it is, I guess he doesn't go unblockable, but it can be a bit more annoying. But yeah, I would say probably anyone can work for this. You don't need sort of maybe a specific counter, but he's easier the more you sort of play him, and it does allow you to get used to him. You just have to remember for his immortal phase or immortality phase right at the end, but throughout the fight it shouldn't be too tricky. That will basically do it for this fight. I don't think there's anything that I've missed. If these guides are helping you, there's one more left. This is the 5th iteration. We've got the last 8.1.6. The rewards for that video will come in a separate video, so it'll be 8.1.6 walkthrough, then rewards in a separate video, and then, as I said in yesterday's video, I'm going to try and get the tier list too. And then I think I'll probably start the Eternity of Pain, as I mentioned. So yeah, if this has helped you out, then please leave a like, please comment down below, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of the fight.